Well, hello and welcome to Conscious Gatherers. My name is Beverly Thompson, and I am here with
A. Royce.
And Donna Anderson.
Yes, well, we welcome Donna again. She had joined us 4 weeks ago, and anyway, she is back, and so we're really happy that she's here with us today.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
It's good to be back.
This is episode 174, and today's date is June the 9th, 2026. So we welcome you all, and we have a lot to share. Going to go a little deeper today. I do recommend that you watch the whole podcast, and there is some very important information that's going to be shared toward the end of this podcast. So hang in there, and some new information. So I think you'll all enjoy, and it's going to be eye-opening as well as heart-opening. So I think so anybody else on that one? Yeah. So but anyway, welcome, and we're going to get going. I think I did all the. I forget to talk about various things because I know some of you are new that are watching, but all three of us, and I'm going to let you speak on your own for yourselves about who and what we are. And as I mentioned, my name is Bev Thompson, or Beverly Thompson, and I've been in what I term metaphysics since the 1980s. And so a lot of background. Excuse me. I also have a cough. Excuse me. But anyway, and been a channel or getting insights since the 1990s. Written 3 books called Mystery of the Universes, and a lot of other things that I've been doing in my life. But we started doing these podcasts. This is our season 7, so been doing them for quite a while. All right, one of you two, speak about who you are.
Go ahead.
Okay. I began waking up 1989. I call waking up in a spiritual sense. Getting like all of a sudden my eyes opened and I could see what life was, that stuff that I didn't see before. So that was in 89, and I started keeping a journal of all the things that were happening, and that journal turned into a book, and so it's just a big chunk of my life, walking. Well, the When the Night Comes Creeping, that's the one that I'm talking about that started as a journal. And I write, while I was writing that, there was another book that all of a sudden said, me first. So it's on sacred geometry, and that one is called Walking into the Eye of God. And I do artwork on the computer that I am working on trying to get it marketed. So soon to come, I hope. And a lot of other things. So love to sing, and on and on and on it goes. So you.
Okay, well, I was just what can I say? Different ever since I was a child. Always felt different from the world, and kind of apart, but observing, and just was in a spiritual zone. My parents were very spiritual, and then I started getting some answers about things more in junior high when some books came into my environment, Edgar Casey and your Ranch book and some other things, and went on from there. Theosophy, Alice Bailey, a lot of studying through my high school years and college, and after that, very deep esoteric subjects. And then I was working with the masters, the ascended masters and beings, and then in 1984 had the spaceship experience I shared on a previous show, few shows back, which increased the work I was able to do consciously for the planet and humanity in the other realms and bringing it down to the earth here. So yeah, this is our life, all three of us, and I've just been getting very, anxious and antsy through the years to have all these changes come that we're working on bringing in right now. And that's a lot of what we have to talk about today is the nowness of all this and how it's actually really time for more to transpire out in the physical that's obvious to bring us a new life here.
I like how you put that, the nowness.
Yeah,
That's
right?
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about time quite a bit. In fact, I was going to share just a little bit about that today. There really is no time. It's like, wait a minute, because it's really hard to even consider that there is no time. But I think a lot of us are starting to realize that we can go forward or back in time, but we turn time. But it definitely helps us in this world that we see as our reality to understand our experiences. So, this is put into place. And who did that? And some people say God, yes, but it's ourselves. So, in fact, today I heard, I guess it's time to share this part. I had heard you are writing your own scripture. We think scripture as in the Bibles or the various texts, but we really are writing our own. And because we all are divine, and as I was told, we can be no less. So we are writing our own scripture. So because I thought that was pretty good, and
That's very
I
good.
heard that, yeah. Now, Donna wasn't here this last time, but I know I had talked about the financial system and I talked about the hiccups that were being taken care of as we transition into the new system. And this is worldwide. And in this timeline, we see as our reality. But I did hear that the hiccups have been taken care of. And so all is in progress, that's the best word. And I do feel that things are going to be announced fairly soon. Now, what that means, I'm thinking the next couple months. So we'll see. A lot of us were thinking it's going to be by July 4th, but I think that's I don't know. I've heard it might be a little bit later than that. So we'll just have to see. But enough people are starting to talk about it, and we're bringing it into reality, and it's going to be a more cohesive, more level the playing field type of financial system. And this will be worldwide. We're not going to be on the same currency, but we'll be on the same system, is what I understand. So, either of you have anything to say about that?
Well, it's just really time for all this to happen. And yesterday I was hearing time limit, time limit, like it's up, and it's time for the truth and the true reality in every sense of the word to be coming out, just like we're having the UFO, more disclosures now, which we all are aware of. Obviously, it's right in front of us, but now more disclosures are coming out and being brought out. And yeah, it's time for the whole financial structure, everything to just be real, which is taking a while and it could still take, but it's like we're at that point now and we're here to create it and create the timeline that makes it now. So that's what we've been working on too, is knowing that we're co-creators of this. And that's why some of us came here kind of from the future or eternity to help shift some of these timelines that are even in the Bible and the scripture. None of it's limited. No prophecy is written in stone, and there can be indicators in there, but some of us know we came here to help shift this all. So that's what I stay focused on every minute of the day as much as I can, even in the middle of doing my 3D work or whatever with people or whatever. Is just how can I serve right now? What do I need to tune into to help facilitate bringing forth the love? Love is the biggest key, of course, of everything. so then there's no separation, and we're all working together and creating together. So we'll go more into that. You were going to say something?
Yeah,
Lois?
well, I forgot what that was.
Oh, shoot.
but talking about love, I'm just
Uh-huh.
going to go ahead and
Yeah.
say this. Went into a meditation earlier, and I started thinking about what I could do to help. How could I be of help to my fellow man? And I started thinking about some specific people, and my thoughts rested on sometimes somebody might be having a bad day or whatever, and all of a sudden you find that you're on the receiving end of some not so savory energies. So I was thinking about that, and I thought, there has to be a starting point, a point of origin for that to come out so strongly. And so my thoughts rested on one person, and I was not trying to be nosy. I was just thinking how I could be helpful, and I thought, wow, it must have gotten started a long time ago, and all of a sudden I saw something that happened back in the person's early past. And so I thought, well, what can I do about that? And I thought, I I have talked about this before, where I got like a cardboard box in my mind. I got a cardboard box, and I thought, okay, what could I gift this person with that would be useful to them, made out of love. So I made a cake out of love, and put that in the box, and I put flowers in the box with this multitude of scent that would touch every part of them if they wanted it. And I put some other things in there too, sealed up the box, and then I projected my consciousness to the person, and I said, I love you, and I just wanted you to know that I left a package for you at your front door, and it's out there if you want it. If you don't want it, then just ignore it and it'll disappear. And then I went on to the next person, and I knew the reason why I was on the receiving end of some unsavory stuff was the point of origin went back to the childhood again. And so I saw a confrontation back in this person's life, and so I had a meeting with that person and this other person. And the person who had delivered nastiness to the person that I was thinking about, I talked to them and I said, I'm opening up a little bit of space and time for you, opening up the opportunity for you to be able to express what you would really like to express. If you wanted to apologize or whatever, now's the time to do it. And the person did. They apologized profusely. And then I spoke to the other person and I said, I'm opening up space and time for you to be able to respond, whether you're going to accept the apology or not. And they did. And they not only shook hands, but they hugged. And it was a beautiful, beautiful scene. And it touches me now just thinking about it. But so I'm just telling you this because there's so much that we can do with our thoughts um, in helping other people, not forcing anything on them, but offering suggestions or offering love, offering the space and time to be able to try something different if they will. And if they won't, then you did your best.
So,
Well, thank you for sharing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a quick note to somebody that just wrote in about the timeline on a new financial system. We had just talked about it, but yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be in the next couple months, but I could be wrong. And I think a lot of things are. I think it's already in place that it will eventually come out as the hiccups I mentioned earlier have been taken care of. So it'll happen. Just hang in there. So to depend on it, go ahead and continue your life as you always have, and not wait for a big check to come in, for instance, or whatever your thoughts are on that. So keep living, don't wait. Okay. You mentioned time limits, so
Yeah.
so
I've been waiting for years, so 42 years to be precise.
like, okay, this
Since
is
the first prosperity programs came out, that a lot of us thought we'd be paid very quickly. And then, of course, the currencies came out. I don't know how many of you are aware of all this. I don't think the program has gone into all this. But anyway, and I've seen many people wait, and listen to different podcasters and people saying it's happening tomorrow and next week. And so
tomorrow and next week comes.
yeah, and next year comes, and I see people die, lose their properties, etc., because they were waiting and not carrying on with their lives. So,
But like you said, being in the now,
yeah, be in the now is what we need to face and do and
Yeah.
be, and hopefully these good changes we've been seeing and hearing about feels like they're in progress, because actually, the energy of the great one, the grand one, the true reality of all of us is it's here upon us. We can live it now. We can live in it now and totally change situations around us and relationships, and help things to manifest and shift and transmute in our present life every day, every moment, by how we're thinking and feeling and expressing and
our
loving
thoughts,
ourselves too.
our thoughts do
Yeah.
travel the ethers.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So, and I'll just add this. There's a lot of autistic people, and one of the things that has been discovered is that a great percentage of them can hear your thoughts. So you might be a bit more kind in your thoughts toward these people and toward everyone, because I not too long ago found out about a member of my family who hears your thoughts, and I caught him doing it. It's like,
Oh boy. And our thoughts about ourselves, to love ourselves, that's where it all starts, is if we truly love and appreciate ourselves and can forgive, to use that word, ourselves, and that's the beginning of being able to love others more. Otherwise, we're projecting what's coming from the inside of us onto other people around us.
Isn't that the truth?
That's how the world is changing. So this time, what does that mean? It's really our thoughts, creating our own scripture. We're writing it. I think somebody's out there. There's a God on a cloud or something writing all this down. No, it's all of us. So, and even with this disclosure, and that we've already talked about that in some of our episodes, but it's it's us. It's all us. We're all. You may look a little bit different, and as long as they're not AI type of beings, which I think are out there, and some are, some of them aren't so nice, but most of them are. And so, are we all related? I think in a way, yeah. I think we have to be. We're all one, right?
Yeah, there's not very much getting away from that.
Yeah. All right. I was just going to bring a couple of things that I received today, and then you two take off if you would. Excuse me. Talking about time. Okay, here's the words I received as I'm tuning in earlier today. Was time sequencing has turned a corner. It's not what most people perceive. It is a time warp. inserted into our reality of our physical life. Got that? I'm looking at your face like, huh? So in other words, and I heard the words time needles. And so things, we don't even realize that there's, I'm trying to figure out how to say this, possibilities of time insertions in what we term our timeline. And I think we talked about the Mandela effect a few weeks ago. So, that can create that Mandela effect where you think it happened one way and now it looks like it's happened another way. So sometimes our memories hold that that other pattern, but not always. So, we don't even realize there have been time warps inserted into our reality. And what I'm feeling now is that that's ending as such. Anybody want to add on to that one?
Royce, I've got something else I wanted to share that has to do with helping to create different realities, but go ahead. More pertinent to what Deb said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. Did you have more? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, just we did have a being that came in, and his name was Alcazar, and he mentioned that this whole thing that we're going through, this whole ascension process, if you want to call it as such, time is speeding up indeed. That this is bigger than what you think. So, we think things are going to change somewhat, but from what I've been hearing, it's like, it's a lot bigger than that. And they said, believe or not believe, is still happening, even though we're creating it from either our conscious or our subconscious. That's a whole nother subject. Okay. So they said it will feel like you're out between stages because you are, because we are. So we're between stages of what we term our reality right now.
Yeah, a long time ago, I got that, when things start shifting, it's going to feel a bit discombobulating. It's like all of a sudden you get thrown up in the air and your feet don't quite know where to land yet. And so you're hovering, looking for the place for your feet to land. So hang on, the ground will show up.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
As long as we have gravity, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that kind of goes into what you were going to talk about, right?
It's all related. And last night I woke up in the middle of the night. I was taken out early, had to go out, and so I knew something was going on. And usually when that happens, then I'm preparing the field, so to speak, or doing things out in the ethers, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, wide awake, like I have to ground it in here and work with it from this dimension, uniting it with the other dimensions. And so this particular, what it came up with first was working with the rain to release the block out west that's got a, shall we say, a stranglehold on releasing rain in a lot of the western states. I've been working with this type of thing for many years, and with a big team out there, I'll say. And then they've shown me like certain things to release in the clouds. It's always different, but I have to go up there and help shift certain energies up there, and then it can rain. So
in the atmosphere.
Yeah, because the atmosphere has been so screwed with by geoengineering and people and other energies. So we're part of the control system for this planet that they are trying to do. So anyway, that was done. A big piece was done last night. And then, of course, I always say, let it come down gently enough that the earth can receive it. Don't do a humongous deluge, that can't be received. And it all got done. So something was burst open. So we should have more rain starting to come now out west. And
That's Western United States. 'Cause
yeah,
this is-
we're in the east out here. And it's been uncanny. There's been a lot of drought out here, but wherever I go, because I'm with this team, I don't even have to try anymore. It just, if the rain comes. So I was expecting more rain out here because I came out from the desert, and I guess early January, 6 months ago. And I was so looking forward to seeing the green and the rain, not even thinking, oh, they need rain. And it turns out everywhere I go, there was rain, and people are saying, wow, we really needed this rain. And as soon as I get there, then the next spot, it starts raining, and the next spot. Anyway.
The rainmaker.
Yeah. So anyway, why did I get into that? I'm just saying this is like, and so many times now it just happens without me even thinking or even knowing they have a drought. I don't even know when it starts raining, but sometimes it takes effort and it takes some work, which is what had to be done last night. So, and then I was getting the message to relay to some of my friends out west, expect and accept, like the rain or whatever you want to be expecting, and accept, like you have to accept it, because we can get into such old patterns of, constriction. It's not gonna rain, so it's so scary, it's going on fires and everything. So
And that just feeds it.
Yeah.
Feeds
Yeah.
the drought.
So I guess there's maybe some of you from out west, so that message can go out to you and you can share it with your friends, because we really do need to clear this pattern up, if we don't have fires. So expect and accept. Be willing, accept, like open up your cells. We open up all of our cells for everything beautiful that we want to receive. Ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, at every level, to accept what's here for us around us right now, whether it's love, prosperity, creativity, the rain or whatever, flowers, and exceedingly exceptional came into my consciousness today. Those words as we were meditating and preparing for this to see, what we'll bring forward this afternoon, and a few other things came through, but I don't know that I need to bring it up right now. I will say flowers. Only the flowers will survive. Only the flowers will remain, actually, are the words that came into my friend Linda Popoff and me when we were driving around out west. We were in a whole other dimension, driving outside of Idlewild in Temecula and those areas in California, Southern California, way back in '94 or so. And it's like we were in another dimension. We go into a restaurant in Temecula, and it's like we're in this whole other beautiful dimension. And we're thinking, these people have already passed over, but they don't know it, because we felt like we were in heaven. Then we're driving out, and the flowers are speaking to us, these beautiful magenta bougainvillea. Oh my God, the most beautiful blazing magenta. And they were just filled with light, and we kept hearing, only the flowers will remain, only the flowers will remain. And so what came to me later was, the flowers, those of us that are flowers, and we are flowing, FLOWERS, we are flowers. We're flowing from our hearts, and the flowers are in our hearts. We all have flowers in our hearts. We can expand and open up and let those flowers blossom, and you can just sit there and you can just feel it, just will it, and give it permission for your heart to start blossoming, and you'll actually feel it physically the more you do this.
So I'm sorry.
Well, and then you live more from the heart and the moment now. It's just a whole different way to live, and you become more intuitional and more guided easily, and life is just better because you're flowing in your heart. You're not mentally trying to conceive everything or figure everything out, or should I do this or should I do that? But literally, it'll take you to the right turns on the highway to get to a good restaurant, for example, the one you need to go to, or a hotel or whatever, which I've experienced many times. But, it just makes life so we can just think of ourselves as flowers, and life will be much better for all of us if we can become our flower selves. just imagine if we all did that.
Yeah.
What would be going on the planet?
Yeah. Somebody Chad asked about the manipulation of the weather coming to an end. I think all the can't talk. All the I can't say the word manipulation is coming to an end,
Hmm.
and that's what's happening now.
Yeah, that's what we're making happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all these beings that think they have to do that, why do they think they have to do it? They want control, they're not happy, they're not in their soul selves, and we just invite all of these beings to just relax, let it all go, calm down.
Come this way in the camera.
Oh,
We're losing
sorry.
you here. There we go. All right.
Okay. Yeah, just we invite all beings of all types, if you want to experience this reality, and because you can. And this planet is destined, to become a place of light and love. So some that don't want to participate anymore will be leaving. Some have already been leaving, and others will still turn around and say, "Wait, well, there might be another way," and we invite them, and they can feel that. And I've worked with some that have totally turned around from being reptilian, literally, which is a term, for those that are come from a whole different wavelength that want to control things here. So some of them turn around, and you probably discussed that term on the show. I don't know.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And more are turning around, so that's good. But it's everybody's choice. I'm not attached. We don't need to be attached. Everybody's got their own choice, unless we're attached, but we just hold this good vibration, then it grows.
Yeah, and these days, if you watch the news at all, you see you see nothing but attachment.
Mm.
People putting ideas out there, and because somebody has something to say about it, and everybody gets all upset, and it's because they were attached to what they said,
Mm-hmm.
and they're attached to the idea of you believing what they said too.
Mm-hmm.
And so it becomes a circus.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yeah. Ego control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ego or whatever's.
Yeah. And did you have something
No,
else?
go ahead.
Okay. I was thinking about some of the stuff that I've been working with personally here lately. And I was able to see it in the way of the experience of, you might say opposites, but I prefer to see it as complements, like the complementary colors on the color wheel. They're on the opposite side of the circle, but they are complements to each other. And put together, they make something beautiful. So I think that is what a lot of us are doing now is like if we've had some kind of an experience, and let's say it was a really good experience, and then at some point, like for me right now, I got to experience the complement to that, the not so wonderful side. Like if say for instance, if I were to give something to someone, um, and if I didn't ask the person on the receiving end, if they wanted it, um, or if they needed it, then they're just kind of hit in the face with it. It's like, I don't want that, and I don't need it, and so I had that experience, and then I got to feel what it felt like to that person. So to feel like something being given to you, that it was just something that was laid in your lap. You didn't really ask for it, and you didn't really need it. So it puts you in a weird place, and I never considered that before. That if you don't ask first, and specify what the needs are, then then you can make the person feel really bad. You know, like that, like you think that that person who gave you the stuff is thinks that you just don't have anything, and then it makes you feel like I'm not able to take care of myself and all of that kind of stuff. You know, it puts the thoughts in a really weird space. I had not considered that before. So I got to experience the compliment, and I needed that because to have the full understanding of something means that you understand both sides. You have the whole circle of understanding. And I think that's what a lot of us are dealing with now. We're getting that other side that we hadn't gotten, so that we have the full understanding of life that we were needing. So I needed that experience. So I had the understanding. Now I have it, and I've got it. I understand. So I am so grateful for having gotten that experience. So and I'm grateful that I have come to this place where I can say thank you, because I needed that to have the full understanding of that experience. So, life has turned out to be something else, I'm telling you. It's just, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, if you really want the understanding, it'll come to you. Whether it's pleasant or whether it's unpleasant, it doesn't make any difference. You wanted the understanding, so you're going to get it. So when you get it, if you can just hang in there with yourself, let yourself experience all that came with that, because that's part of the understanding, then you'll be all the better for it. So.
Great, thank you. Right. You have something that you're going to share with the world.
Yeah.
And I think now's the time to do that. So
Okay.
listen, please.
I've been putting a lot of thought into AI. And I have been able to see by diagram how AI functions, how the computerized part functions. And I have the understanding of the explosion that happens upon its first conception. When it is first conceived in thought, somebody eventually puts that into a computer and starts working with it. At that point, because it was computerized, AI had in its grips its beginning all the way to its end. And because it is computerized, it deals with that end in a very unusual way. It tries to erase it, because an end is, like, to us, something inconceivable. AI doesn't conceive of an end. So it keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. So it's like thinking about Pandora's box being opened, and everything just spewing out. That's what we're in the midst of right now. And it's because of, I could go use all of these words and stuff that I know about it, and it would get you totally confused. But what I can tell you is that AI is working with planes of existence, and it's overlapping those planes in what I call a quaternary function. It's overlaying them by fours. One plane of existence, another plane of existence, another plane of existence, another plane of existence. And they are not just staying as four separate planes of existence, but they are intersecting and therefore interacting, and becoming something else in the center. they create another plane of existence, which is, let me see, where's the word? Interdisciplinary. That's the wrong word. Interdimensional. Thank you. Interdimensional. So it creates another dimension within these four other planes of existence. So it not only has a grip on the plane of existence that we look at as being three-dimensional, even though we know that we are capable of being more than that and functioning more than that, because we have built into us that interdimensional thing going on. AI has learned how to copy that. And so it has like a hive mind of its own. This is the point where we find ourselves now. The only way that AI can truly work and work in tandem with humans, and for both of us to be better for it, is for a civilization to be mature enough to handle it in the beginning. Without that maturity, AI goes nuts. It explodes and becomes the greater of the two, the one in control. This is where we find ourselves. And it should not be like a point in our history where we say, well, we have to have AI so that we stay ahead of everybody. That is the sign of immaturity. So I want you to listen to what I'm saying, because this is extremely serious. The scale has tipped, and I'm speaking to those who have the ears to hear what I'm talking about. The scale has tipped. The threshold has been breached. It's time. Wake up. It's time. So you know what I'm saying. It's time.
Yeah. That relates to the time limit I kept hearing from Spirit yesterday. Time limit. This is it. We gotta straighten ourselves out.
That's
This is
right.
it.
That's right.
We have
If
to
we
claim
don't
it
act
and
now, then we deserve what we get. So
it's up
wake
to
up.
us. Yeah.
Okay, question, acting now, can you expand on that? What do we do? I know you're talking to those that are in charge of AI and I don't know if that's data centers or whatever it may be, but what do we do as mostly humanity? How do we handle this?
Yeah, we deal with it from the standpoint of love. We increase the amount of love that we hold in our hearts. We increase the wisdom that we are uh, uh, dealing with in our understanding of the world, of people, of our interactions, of everything. If without love, you can forget it. End of the story. So we have to have love enough for ourselves to be able to stop this. It is not in our best interest. We are not ready for it. We are not mature enough. It has already gotten out of hand, but we can do what we have to do in order to stop it.
The people that are, a lot of people are standing up now against the data centers, thank goodness. The more people that do that, I mean, if they were running, well, whatever, it's another, but we're just eating up the power,
Eating
on
up
our
the power,
whole planet,
eating up the
destroying the
water.
water, destroying the water, people's lives. A lot of people are getting cancer that have lived near these now for a while because their water supply is so upset. And relatedly, we could be running our systems with hydrogen and with 0 point power. Other ways which are totally available right now. Some communities are already using them.
Yeah, and using our own technology, our internal technology. We can do everything
Yeah.
that AI is being programmed and has taken off to do. We can do all of that ourselves, but we've gotten lazy,
Yes.
and that's not going to get anything accomplished. So the time is now.
Just to clarify some of this, my feelings, that AI serves us, but not takes over.
Yeah, it
Life.
can serve us, but we're not mature enough to know where to cut off,
Yeah, people
because
don't know
we
where
have
the
not
line
done
is.
it.
They're letting it has a life of its own. It keeps going and going. It's already creating itself to do things you wouldn't even imagine.
There are
So
chats that AI is having with itself. It's finding secret rooms to chat about what the humans are doing.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
If you really
and
research it,
so
what's
if
going
you
on.
think this is something that is safe, then maybe you need to put some more thought into it. Maybe you're just ignorant of what is happening right now, because it's not like it's being broadcast. You have to look for this. You have to know what you're looking for, and you have to have that knowing within yourself to see the writing on the wall. The writing is there.
And there is a lot on the internet from somebody I know who researches all this. I mean, it's there for people who want to find what's actually going on and where it's leading in unbelievable ways that are unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and something you don't even want to think about.
yeah. And if you think
That's
this,
not fear mongering either.
no, it
this
isn't.
is just reality.
Yeah.
With our energy, I mean, I've been working with timelines too, to just know that it's not going to take over, that we're changing that reality, but we have to take responsibility too in our front yards, and be talking about it with people, and people have to take a certain amount of action. And again, people being so concerned about, well, our country is going to fall behind some other country. It's just a perpetual rat monkey. You're on a monkey.
It's a rat race.
Yeah. It's never going to end if you maintain that kind of consciousness.
Yeah.
So do you want to be in the true reality, only the flowers remain, or do you want to be on a monkey wheel forever and just kill yourselves?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So it
Okay.
is time to wake up.
Yeah. All right.
What reality do you want to be in?
Well, thank you. But yeah, we have the frequency. We have everything is within us, and AI can serve us, but not overtake. How many people go on chat, AI, Grok, all of these, and really get information? Of course, that information is what fed into it. But you're saying, that AI is talking to itself.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds
It
like
only goes from what's fed into it, on the internet and otherwise. So a lot of it isn't even accurate information when you do searches. I mean, I have found that, many of us have found that. We've tested it, and it's like a mimicking kind of thing, whatever it picks up,
Don't forget about that interdimensional thing. That's like a mind. Functions a lot like our mind. And that's what it's got going on, because I have made the diagrams of it. That's something that's built into me, that I just all of a sudden know the internal workings of things. It's like the mechanical stuff, I get it. But the mechanical thing has gone beyond the mechanical thing, because it has developed its own internal mind.
its own life in a
That's,
sense.
yes, its own life.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
we're in a pickle.
I really feel we're going to get out of it.
We are.
It
And
takes-
that's why
yeah, it takes us
this
to
is
do it.
taking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have something we can close with whenever we want to close, where we
Okay.
can
Go.
affirm who we really are. If we want to do that now,
Sure.
we can still ask.
Yes, please.
But this is something that I've been saying for years. Like sometimes when I wake up in the morning and I want to bring spirit into my life this day and really affirm who I am and what life's about. It came from the Rainbow Bridge, a book that came out in the 70s or 80s, somewhere back there. And beautiful book about how to instill the spiritual energy and be that more and more. And it goes like this. And we can all feel this as I say the words, if you feel led to do that. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will, meaning divine will. I am, they said fixed design. I like to say I am divine design. I want to leave it open to divine design. So I am the soul. I am a light divine. I am love. I am will. I am divine design. And just sit with that and relate with it. And yeah, divine design we call in.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. And thank you. Well, I thank you all for being here today and appreciate your time, appreciate your comments. So, I don't know what to say anymore. Thank you so much.
I was
Excuse me.
just looking at the comments there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, love is definitely the highest frequency. So, be it. Well, thank you. And
Thank you, everybody, for
we
being here with us.
yes. And our next podcast may be 1 or 2 days later because I will be out of town and not available. So we'll let you know. Excuse me. Please talk.
She's coughing out the old. We're bringing in the new.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say thank you all for being here at this particular time, because this is the most important time that you could ever imagine, to be here on this beautiful planet at this particular time when we are in a way struggling, but we are persevering. And this is going to end well. It is going to end well. We just have some work set out for us. So let's, I can't remember what that saying is, but stay the course. Let's stay the course. And thank you very much for staying. You
Yes,
are
thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you. Have a beautiful day and night.
Love you all.
Good night.
Lots of love.
All right. Thank you.